Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. You may remember that just last month, Amazon was planning on opening its second headquarters in Queens in New York, bringing 25,000 jobs. But those plans fell through after some backlash from residents and some lawmakers. So tonight, we are taking a look at how this process of bringing in new companies and creating jobs looks like here in Springfield. So joining us to explore this topic is Matt Morrow. He's the president of the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce. Matt, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks
so this was a huge deal. Everyone was watching this. Was this something the Chamber here in Springfield was watching, this, the Amazon Queens deal?
Absolutely. I mean, that's, of course, a project very much like projects we work on every day, except exponentially larger, just one of the largest projects you'll ever see. But most of the projects that we work as a part of an economic development partnership here in Springfield are, they're smaller than that, and they're also almost always under non-disclosure agreements. So two things that really made the Amazon deal so unusual was, first of all, the scale, and then secondly, the fact that they publicly put their RFP out on the internet for everybody to see. And so the components of that, the elements that make a deal come together, are things that we see quite a bit. We just aren't at liberty to talk about very often until someone puts something like that publicly out there.
So normally, if a company is looking at whether it's Queens or whether it's Springfield, none of that will be public. In fact, you were telling me you even have code names for these. That's right. These companies, so that no one finds out about it.
That's right. Yeah, we have about 14 projects we're working right now, and we don't ever use the names of the company even around the office. We use the code name for the project, and the reason for that, there are a lot of reasons. One is they like to be able to kind of control their own rollout, their own message, but really, honestly, a big part of it is all of these companies have competitors, and so if it becomes known to a competitor what their plans are, what plans they're considering for expansion or relocation, then that can be significantly damaging to the ability of that company to actually even pull off the expansion.
So it's a protection against, say, competitors maybe, but what about the public? What about the neighborhood? In this case, neighbors in that area, residents found out about it maybe too early and there was some pushback. Is it fair to hide this type of information from the neighborhood you were planning on moving into? Certainly
by the time you would actually be talking about any kind of incentives or anything like that, that's always a public process and always should be a public process. So I'm talking about even dating back before individual sites were selected for it, but certainly any incentive is going to be public dollars, so it should be a public and transparent process.
Now that you mentioned the incentives, that was some of the pushback that we heard even from lawmakers. A representative from Queens, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, even said, we're bringing in 25,000 jobs, yes, but the city is paying $3 billion for this. So essentially we're paying for these jobs. What do you think about that? And is that something that Springfield does too, working with incentives to bring in new companies? So
each state has their own sort of versions of incentives, but I will try to describe a little bit about what was happening in New York because we have some similarities here in Missouri. There was about a $3 billion incentive package to lead to the creation of 25,000 new jobs. Jobs would average $150,000 a year in terms of income, but they also would bring, over the course of the period of the investment, they would actually bring about $28 billion in tax revenue to the city and state of New York that weren't going to materialize but for this project. So all the payroll that's created, all of the taxes that are paid on that payroll, all of the property taxes, all the other things that only get paid if the deal happens add up to about $28 billion. So essentially what they were doing is they had a significant part of that $3 billion was a rebate of payroll tax that comes back to the employer to help share some of the cost and help mitigate some of that cost of getting started. But ultimately those dollars never materialize unless the payroll materializes. So it's not like there's $3 billion sitting off in a corner somewhere that you can either spend on this or you can spend it on infrastructure. It only comes as a function of the payroll that's created. We have a similar program in Missouri. It's called Missouri Works, and it's actually in our case, it's an incentive program that's paid on the back end to employers as a tax credit that's a rebate back of a portion of their payroll taxes for new jobs that are created. And the idea here is that if those jobs weren't created, you wouldn't see that tax revenue. And so if there's a way to use some small portion of that tax revenue that was created on the back end to incent the employer to do it here instead of somewhere else, we want to be on that competitive edge.
Another thing we heard from neighbors in that area in Queens is that the cost of living might increase if we have a huge company come in. Is that a concern here when companies are looking at different neighborhoods to build or expand? that it might increase our cost of living.
Well, you can certainly understand why in Queens and in the New York area that the cost of living is going to be an enormously, serious consideration. It's already astronomically high, and it's difficult to afford housing there. In fact, our cost of living here in the Springfield area is a bit of an advantage for us in competing for projects. Housing, for example, here is about 70 cents on the dollar for the national average. So in order to buy a house or rent an apartment or other housing, it runs about 70% of the national average. So we have a very affordable climate. Now, that's one of the ways that we can really help to attract new investment to the area. If a company knows that they can come here and create a lot of new jobs, good jobs, high-paying jobs that give people who live here an opportunity, then one of the things that can be appealing to them is to know that when they need to attract talent to the area, that they can promote an area that's a great place to live and affordable to live here.
How does the chamber work with companies, businesses that are already here to make sure they're expanding here too, and we're not just inviting new companies, but that they're staying and growing?
Absolutely, that's a great question, because there are a lot of ways to grow an economy and to create jobs, and in fact 3 out of every 4 new jobs that are created in our community be created by companies that are already here today. There's a lot of growth that happens organically, so companies, as they grow, they add jobs, and we love that when that happens. But in terms of actually managing a competitive project, for us the key is there competition in other communities? When they want to grow, they maybe have multiple sites around the country, and their expansion could happen at any number of those. And so we want to make sure that it happens here. We compete hard to try to make sure that that expansion happens here for a couple of reasons, but ultimately the stakes are really high, because if we win that project, we may go from 100 new jobs to 150 jobs, which is great. But if we lose that project, we not only don't get the extra 50 jobs, but there's a chance that they consolidate where we are and then move that operation somewhere else. So you always want to be the place that company is investing in, so that you can continue to grow in your community.
Matt, thank you so much for your time and explaining all of this to us. It's been great.
Thanks, Jennifer.
A lot of good information. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be right back with more.